Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. So, guys, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video as always, guys. I really appreciate the support. As you guys know, as you guys are aware, you guys smashing that like button. Even though my channel was going through some hardship. I mean, when I mean hardship, I don't mean like, yeah, it's the views are down. I don't get the views that I used to, but I'm getting the likes and even more likes than I used to. So that's a good sign, because that tells me that you guys are doing your best to help the algorithm, and eventually, hopefully, the algorithm will change. I've been researching, just to give you guys, and I like to keep you aware of what I've been researching and looking at the reasons why my channel could have been in the decline. Well, there's a lot of things cyclical and all of that crap that can be a result that your views go down. But what I will say is that I've noticed my loyal subscribers, which you guys are, that watch my videos, even though my videos aren't being pushed out to other, new subscribers now. You guys are liking the video. So the fact that you're liking the video, that's only going to help. So I do appreciate that, and I know a lot of you are leaving positive comments in the comment section, and I make the videos for you, really, because effectively, it's not like I'm making huge money from YouTube. I never have. I think the highest I've made from YouTube is probably, I think 1 month I made about $1,000, but that was like that was a one-off. I've never really made a huge amount from YouTube. So it's not like it's like a income like some YouTubers are probably making a livelihood from it. Even in boxing, even doing these boxing videos where they're talking about breakdowns of fights and stuff. Some people are making some good money from it, but that's never been the case for me. So I used to do it for you guys because it gave me a chance to interact with you guys. I know the live streams have decreased, that I need to get back onto as well. There's a few things I've been sorting out with my life. I know a lot of you guys are asking about the live streams. I will come back to doing a live stream. So I do appreciate, the live streams have stopped. I will try, eventually, and try getting at least once a week out. One live stream a week, because I know you guys were like, that was a big part of my channel, and a lot of you guys used to love coming on and giving your opinion on my lives, and it's a bit different from these videos, because these videos I'm actually just talking about what's going off. These live streams give you guys an opportunity to come on and talk to me, give your opinions, and we can have debates and arguments and etc. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for your support, and I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. But now let's get into talking about boxing. So guys, Callum Smith has said that he expects Canelo Alvarez to destroy and thump Gennady Golovkin in a one-sided fight. And this seems to be an opinion of a lot of people. They seem to think that Canelo Alvarez will destroy an older Golovkin. Golovkin's slower. He's not the fighter he was. And Canelo Alvarez will do some damage, which potentially is the case. Potentially could be the case. But what I will say is, don't be so sure. Because Gennady Golovkin, even though he's 40, as I was speaking, he was a young 40. He's not an old 40. He's not a 40 that's battered. Because a 40 that would be battered wouldn't be a unified champion. I think he's the only... I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's ever been a 40-year-old that was a unified champion. He's unified champion at middleweight. Gennady Golovkin is coming at the end of his career, and he's openly admitted that himself. So this isn't a fresh guy, of course. But he's also, for me, still a relevant world level fighter and still dangerous. And for this fight, remember, he's going to be very, very motivated, because there's a lot on the line for him. This fight is personal. I know Golovkin just makes out his business and he's going in there and fighting. No, this is very personal to Golovkin. Golovkin doesn't really show a lot of emotion. And from where he comes from, that part of the world, they don't really show a lot of emotion. They're very stone-faced killers, where Canelo is from Mexico. I think Canelo is a lot more emotional than Golovkin. I think Canelo's not as, I think you could say something to Golovkin and Golovkin won't react. you can say something to Canelo and Canelo bites back and he reacts. So Canelo's a lot more emotional. He attacks you if you say something about him, which he's that. Where Golovkin doesn't really. I mean, Golovkin doesn't react like that. I remember when Canelo in the face-to-face in the second fight, I believe he put his head on Golovkin's head, and Golovkin didn't really react. He just acted like, like someone that's very sensible would react. He's a bit of a passive type. He's not a type that is a confrontational type. He's he's dangerous in the ring and he's a monster in the ring, but he's never been a confrontational type outside the ring. He's a gentleman, really. I know a lot of you are saying, well, Golovkin talks rubbish. No, Golovkin says things, how normal most fighters slate other fighters, yeah? But you've got to understand that Golovkin has a certain feeling towards Canelo because Canelo failed a drugs test. Now, whether you guys say, well, Canelo passed it passed another test after and it was low amounts, to Golovkin doesn't care because in his head, he feels that Canelo's cheated. And anybody in Golovkin's position would feel the exact same way. You guys are looking at it from Canelo fans' point of view. He's looking at it from the point of view where he felt that Canelo failed a drugs test, and he's looking at it from that point of view. So from his point of view, Canelo's guilty, right? Irrespective of whether the stats or whatever say otherwise. From his perspective, from Golovkin's perspective, Canelo's guilty, and he felt that this guy was in the ring against me enhanced. So Golovkin feels a certain way about that. Gennady Golovkin, that's why he says what he says. Otherwise, Golovkin's not really a confrontational type. Even when Canelo called him all sorts of names, Golovkin didn't really react. He does most of his talking inside the ring. And Golovkin is going to be coming to this fight very, very motivated. Don't get it twisted that you see Golovkin and you see him like he's just humble and this, that. No. Golovkin is coming to this fight very motivated and he wants to win badly and he wants to hurt Canelo. Canelo will say these things. Golovkin won't say these things, but that doesn't mean that's not what he's thinking inside his head. Golovkin wants to batter Canelo and beat the crap out of him. That's what Golovkin wants to do. Golovkin is going to be very, very motivated for this fight. Golovkin wants this bad because Golovkin feels like his legacy and his career could have been a lot different if those fights went his way. He feels that the judges giving Canelo that decision, that it was corruption and he got robbed. And he felt like Canelo was in on it and his team were in on it. He feels like Gennady Golovkin feels his career would have been a lot different if that decision had gone his way. And he feels that everything Canelo got after that was injustice because Golovkin should have been getting all of that. I mean, the fame, the money, and all of that Canelo got after that. Golovkin probably feels he deserved that because he was the one that in his mind beat Canelo, and he didn't get the decision. So Golovkin is upset about various things. He's upset about a lot of things. So I can understand why Golovkin would have that feeling towards Canelo. Anyone would. If you put yourself in Golovkin's shoes, you would as well. Because especially when majority of the media, majority of the boxing fans actually thought Golovkin won both those fights. And I've told you about a million times on who I thought won the first one. I thought Golovkin won the first. I thought Canelo won the second. But a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people with, a lot of experts in the game, a lot of boxing experts had Golovkin winning both those fights. So from what we've seen from the last two fights, there's nothing to say that this fight's going to be easy. Now, Canelo, people say, has got better. People say that Golovkin has got worse. So there's only one result. But again, we don't know how much Golovkin's going to raise his game for this fight. We don't know how motivated and what Golovkin's got in here. Because Golovkin's not a shot 40-year-old. He's not a 40-year-old that is going to get hit with a couple of punches and going to go down. Golovkin isn't that. I'd be very shocked if Canelo stops Golovkin. I would be. Because Golovkin, like I said, even though Murata was landing a lot of shots, Golovkin never looked like he was going to go down. Golovkin at no point looked like he was in trouble. I mean, in trouble in terms of he was hurt. I don't think so. I thought Golovkin, in the end, battered Murata and took him out. So the point I'm trying to make is that I think people are underestimating and sleeping on Golovkin. And also, here's the thing. If Golovkin's got nothing to lose because a lot of people don't have much expectation. They think Canelo's going to destroy him. They think Canelo's going to thump him. So if Golovkin goes out there and puts in a very good performance and Canelo wins, but narrowly, people are going to say, look, a 40-year-old old past it Golovkin gave Canelo a run, gave Canelo a good run for his money. You know, that's going to look bad on Canelo. So again, this is what I mean, that people set the bar so high for the bar so high for Canelo that he's not got much to gain. He has to go in there and demolish Golovkin. If not, if it's anything else, people are going to say, oh, Canelo's a hype job. Oh, you see, Canelo's not that good. And that's what people are going to say. So it's very important for Canelo to put in a great performance and very important for Canelo to win and win well. Not necessarily by stoppage, but win well where it's clear. And if he does win well, then the people are going to say, well, Golovkin was washed up. So Canelo's got nothing to gain from this fight. He's got everything to lose. Golovkin's the one that's got everything to gain because people think Golovkin's washed up and no one's expecting much from Golovkin. So Canelo's got everything to lose. Golovkin's got everything to gain. So we just got to wait and see what happens. But do you guys think that this is going to be a one-sided whooping? I'm not so sure. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.